Boba, get them! I can't decide whether pyro slimes taste better with salt and pepper or garlic and herbs. Boba,
Let me amuse myself a little. Look at me. Just...
You're toast! After I win! Racy!
Another the hunter.
Add Ast. Add a
Should I?
Jade Chamber. This is bad. Paimon. Well, let's look around.
This world is full of unsolved...
Hey, look! There's some sort of mech. Since this is the right place, it must have something to do with the Jade Chamber. No way! Just try.
Windblade! Windblade!
Aw, if that wind current was stronger... Huh? Why? Or... Oh, Paimon gets it! If it was a secret, Ganyu wouldn't have let us try to find it ourselves. Alright, let's follow your plan. Then we... Oh. Hey, looks like we've gotten close to the Guizhong... Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber using the ballista? Oh. Right. Oh, that's right! Now that you mention it...
Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Exactly. We're invited guests. What made... No. Wait. Maybe she pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a now...
What? We're just on guard duty. What do you mean?
What nonsense! Seize these
Well, here they come. I'm right.
Attack!
Nice and spicy.
Take the target alive! Bested! Who goes there?
After him, it's this.
Attack!
Stop! What's all this?
Lady Kuching.
Who are you calling strange?
You are.
We're invited guests, here to look for the...
Well, as it happens, I am one of the Liyue Qixing.
Who?
I'm Kuching. I know of you, traveler.
Wow.
The Guizhong Ballista. These Millilith are just.
So this was all a
Anyway, for a mortal to be able.
that was... Huh? Oh, right. So...
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance. Or at least...
We're not taking...
When you say protect, you're referring to...
Huh?
You are mortals, and thus, naturally, they would... I'll say it like it is. They're underestimating us.
Well, you've got... Still...
Should I... Forget it. Either way, Rex Lapis is... How surprisingly civilized of them. Well, for Ningguang, the time of the Adepti has... I'll stop. You should both be off. The cream of Li was...
Favor? But... Wait, that's right. Greeting gift...
Alright. You can decide on your... You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Well then. May we meet again, traveler.
Well, that Yuheng may not respect the gods, but Paimon thinks she's a pretty cool person. So, what should we... Oh, right! Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect. Why don't we go with that for a gift? Nope! But let's go gathering...
I smell rabbit.
Ooh, look at that slime. It looks crystal clear and very delicious. That's the one. Huh? Is it just Paimon? Or is there a sweet fruit? Huh? Did you hear that? It seemed like it came from those... Uh-oh. It... Nice and spicy. I'll protect them. Race you! I'm the front kid.
Keep back! You're open. Thank you.
I was...
I understand. Don't say that. I'm Meng Dan, a supplier for Mingxing Jewel. I never expected that. Is there anything that you lack?
Wait a moment. Actually,
Oh?
do you have a box that can store presents?
Of course we do. Now just give me a moment, and I'll let the boss know.
Great! Paimon sugar-frosted slime...
Uncle Meng already told many of the best here. This
Yep. Hang on a moment. Could we borrow one other thing?
sure. Please help yourselves. As
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an it's done! The one and only
Oh, yes. You might.
Woohoo! It looks great! Now according to excuse me.
Yes. How?
It's not convenient.
Ah, well said. Please.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guess.
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyun.
It's Ningguang. Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared.
Oh, for me.
Oh no, it's nothing.
I'm glad you like it. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this, I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began. At first, it was one day. I believe it will. Not many from out. As such,
What?
And I finally got.
Wait.
Everyone at Wangshu. At the Gui. I fear that our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason I invited you here was to clear up some misunderstandings. I believe that you've heard of the Archon War. Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate. In the end, you can see Goyun's. Beneath the spears lie those cast down. Not only is it another lord of Geo, even in a new era, that day at Yujing. But our enemy has long hiding the Exuvio.
Who's this enemy?
What do you think, traveler?
Huh? What are you two
Well answered.
huh?
The scenery out here is fine indeed.
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Be at ease, you two.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends.
Ooh!
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it.
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, Trav? If possible. But if you were to choose the more trustworthy person between myself and Kuching... You'd pick... I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. But after she said though, well, I won't deny that... Indeed. It's the... I called for the gag with Rex Lapis allowing the right of...
It's a... Wait, that's right.
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little...
Well, we have...
Yay! One of the sheets on the... Don't look at Paimon like... Just imagine. Let's grab one! The biggest one! Huh? Oh, la 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 la. Huh? There's... Sigil... Aw, that doesn't sound like... This... Oh, neat. But research on the sigil... Speaking of which... Oh... You... Well... Should we... Oh, so you're saying... Anyway, before we...
quickly! This isn't good. Harden up. This is trouble.
Nice and spicy.
Finally, some quiet.
Give me a go! Time to fulfill my duty!
Disappear!
Nice and spicy.
This should be fun!
Let's dance. Yeah. Booba, get them.
My duty at an end.
Booba, get them.
Shouldn't get careless. Let's move. Too low.
There are so many Paimon. But how did a relic? Oh, the talisman. Maybe the Fatui are caught being able to channel divine power in battle. And the last stop. Let's go. Nice and spicy. Eat this.
Right on time. Did you enjoy your visit?
It was so...
Indeed. Then you met with Ningguang,
She's super rich. Yeah, his...
Oh. So...
She said...
Indeed, contrary to the... Although she's friendly. Yes. It said that she's the...
The Jade Chamber is only...
Why, more...
talk to...
That is how the Fatui have... No matter what they...
So, is there anything...
Yes, as a matter of fact...
Glaze lilies. Oh, right!
No. Dihua Marsh used to... Before the Archon War. Of course, there are wild glazelet, but I'll need your assistance in gathering... No.
So how... Really?
We'll only know once...
It's time to sing, whenever you're ready.
Da 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 da.
What happened? The flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand King Wheeler? Those weren't glaze lilies.
This little monster is... The glaze lilies used as...
Well, that's...
Unfortunately...
That's so...
Excuse me. Are you searching for glaze lilies?
Oh, hey! It's... What's her...
Hello, traveler. Ah! That reminds me. How was your visit?
Well, it sure would have been...
Didn't I tell you the way? Surely...
Nope. We found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to tell...
Huh. She's acting different.
Oh, well, I met...
You came all the way out here?
Yujing Terrace is whenever my duty...
Oh.
No, it's quite... When the Archon War came to its end... Yes. The other 5, of the current 7 are... This means that
So what do you think of...
Huh? As a mortal, But as an Adeptus...
Huh? Did you just say...
Yes, I... After the war ended... Well, I also know where...
Oh, so did you sing...
Indeed, I did.
Wow, so you really...
No, it is you who... If you would excuse me...
And that just about does it. Given the ease of picking glaze...
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him...
I've had enough ventures in my life, beginning a new so you must be careful to take the time to step back.
Wow. See? All right. I think... Ready, steady, go! Huh? What happened? The city gate is swarming with milk.
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Mr. Zhongli, the Millilith are watching our...
Desperate time?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise?
Most likely. However, both sides were...
It seems inevitable.
The Adepti do not acknowledge.
Surely the Liyue...
They're...
And what now?
That's all She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millelith must rein in the actions of the Fatui. Only now do they want to start... Anyway, Mr. Zhongli.
It looks like things are about to boil over.
Do you intend to use... Neither path is in...
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli.
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave. Consider your next...
So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse? Oh, Paimon he must be waiting. But where could we find him? Where would he go at a time like this?
This will be interesting.
Wow! This is the Golden House? It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? And so full of... This is where all of Tibet's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing. Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky. But even if we can't take any, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora, it's like... Oh, right! It's quiet. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Quick! We have to...
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already
Huh?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Where should I start? Well, I've never been one to beat around the bush, you know. But if it weren't for that lovely little rite of parting ceremony you put together, it would have taken me a whole lot longer to get the information I needed. Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be the battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes...
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a Harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong opponents.
We won't let what happened in my...
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, fighting talk, I love it. Now let's see you... This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Don't get frostbite. Freeze! Not bad, not bad.
Keep back!
How unbecoming.
Let the show begin!
You've made some progress. Not bad, not bad. Guess I should take you more seriously. Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
not bad. But this is going to cost you! Yeah! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. And the Gnosis over now. Don't make me take it from you.
Take it?
Dodge this!
Nice and spicy!
Keep back! I taste blood.
Race you! Nice and Let's
Die here. Die here.
You're a cut above.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was... And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis.
That's what we've been trying to tell.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps, in fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital... As such, we must now look to our backup.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this. I absolutely detest working with those who are weaker than I. The truth is, the world belongs to those of us who desire to become strong. I seldom willingly mingle with any dull and boring... Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyan's stone forest.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vor... If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and...
But they are...
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey! Those are sigils of permission! Oh, Paimon remembers now! The Fatui have been researching them!
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time, using the powers of ancient, but knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well. That makes matters a little more... Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone! That guy is fast! What's going on? If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the over...
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So, just see?
It's not just you. We've got new Millelith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. Which is why we must...
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? So will the power of the Chising, Millelith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessarily.
What? But all of you were supposed to be the guardians of Lilith. Can't you think of...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Qi Sing did once research the matter of the Guizhong ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should... So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now. Yep.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced the god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Ready, steady, go!
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How dare you? Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children? Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is Depthful energy. That light from your body. It's like the time in Julian's card. Wow, it's Madam Ping's shockwave. This granny's really strong.
Killjoy! We've only just begun!
way! Went too far.
Cool it!
Let's dance! Ready, steady?
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
You're not going anywhere. My duty. It's time for a flash flame.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
This should be fun.
Over here.
Time to fulfill my duty. Freshness restores. Bring your shield to the road. Disgusting. My work. Finished.
Let me amuse
So sorry.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrade! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the back. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only...
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and eat?
I apologize for appearing in full armor.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adept, although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat the...
Weren't you frightened, dear?
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their When danger is near, Thanks for protecting Liyue.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must...
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its...
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror of Demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one... Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart?
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was of... Oh, right! It's nice that we've got... Child wanted to unleash the god, so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own, so Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death, too? Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless Rite of Parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's going. Let's ask... for him at Wangshan Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangshan Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli, do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Lilith? Visiting the Fatui, we had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And...
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my...
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Lyric goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. I witnessed the founding of Liyue, together with the Adepti 3,700 years ago. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You've finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put on. The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, yet faced with such a crisis, they exerted the greatest amount of restraint. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even tried to understand the heart. And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract, Senora. She managed to keep everything she knew in strict confidence, far from the eavesdropping ears of her colleague Child, just as I had requested. All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for walking that path with me, Traveler. These things were all a part of my script. The only unforeseen plot twist was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue as divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all!
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark!
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
so... Oh, there's only one real The Fatui. Shh.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean,
Yes.
Say.
Now that you... I mean it all... Still...
Hear ye all! Though a dragon soars ageless gods and rumors, and having been thwarted in, nor are they to believe street-born rumors, or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixing's announcement said. So that... something feels off. Could the Qixing... Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Look, it's Ningguang and Kun.
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contract.
We, the people of
The long, unending...
Now that we have a... Will you stand with...
So concludes the words, does Her Eminence the...
Huh? Is she look...
Traveler.
Yikes!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient...
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, name your price.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
But it seems as if... well...
As for the...
Perhaps.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are...
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,000... Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal at the Xinyue kiosk.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Xinyue kiosk.
You're right. I do like the Mora.
But why would Morax lack Mora?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rules that mortals do. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to rehearse a little for my new...
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's credit.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could. No. I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you. That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. Yes, the nation has been closed by order of its deity, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too—
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the shogun of the Inazuma Bakufu, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex—
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the god— This is what visions are. But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt.
Vision Hunt?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of a statue of the thousand-armed—
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Whoa!
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose the fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of thee— All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Ah, that was a good one. Failing a divine trial. How they came up with that excuse, I will never know. That said, the reason why the Qixing were— I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this particularly— All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah, about that. Before the
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and the Qixing. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking— All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for— Kuching is absolutely right in saying this. Now, though I did could the original person who brought up the— All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
That's right. Zhongli, now that you don't have your gnosis, what's going to happen to all the Morin Tevat? Since Morax is dead, are they all just gonna disappear? Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent? Will it even continue to work?
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period of time, since creating Mora requires the use of the Geo-Archon's power.
This is terrible! We're all about to run out of Mora! The world is...
Yes, this is indeed a major issue from a financial standpoint. Well, I suppose we'll just leave such troublesome matters to the Liyue Qixing to debate.
Then, did you at least set some private funds aside for yourself?
Oh, a private fund. This does seem like a good... It's a shame.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have patience. I suspect that some serendipity must first come into play.
mad at...
This opportunity is quite hard to come by. Well then, amuse me. Surrender is a valid option. I promise I'll be gentle.
Nice and spicy.
I taste blood. Poor time. How unbecoming. Cowering already? Run all you like.
Oh no!
Clear shot.
Yeah. Ready, steady, go! Yeah.
How unbecoming. So quick to flee.
Nice and spicy. I'll protect us.
Cowering already? You've made some progress. Guess I should take you more seriously. All you do is run. Gotcha.
Help! Regenerate attacking!
Raging tide!
I'll protect us! Go, Rubber, go! Yeah!
Oh no! Let the show... Out of the fright! Race you!
Die
so
here.
Freeze! Dinner's gonna burn. Ouch! Go, Rubber, go! Let the show begin! Come on, we can do it! Help! Quick, Boba!
Die here.
I taste blood. Go, Rubber, go! Go, Rubber, go! Yeah! Boba, get them!
Die here.
Keep back! Boba, get them! Yeah! I'll protect us!
Then we win.
Haven't you heard?
I'm here.
Need my help as usual?
I'm here.